Are you feeling stuck in life and trapped? Maybe you're wondering, how in the world am I here in this situation that I find myself in? I am frustrated and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. My friend, you're in the right place. My name is Phil with the Soul Liberation Company, and today we're going to be looking at some biblical principles and insights to help you not live a trapped life. And they're principles that, quite frankly, along the way, and at least in my life, they've been cute little stickers that you put on the wall, but do I actually follow them? No. And you see, knowledge without purposeful action does nothing. It's just knowledge. You just know stuff. But your life doesn't change. It will always stay stuck. And so we're going to take a deep dive today in Proverbs chapter 2. We're continuing on in our series of actually taking biblical wisdom and what it looks like for next steps for you and for me. So stay tuned. I want to share a little bit from my life and how not applying biblical wisdom and biblical principles from Proverbs really has impacted me. And I hope then my example can be a benefit to you and kind of help you spin your wheels in your own personal life of how you can start applying things. I used to be a financial advisor, not to date myself, but it's been a little while. I've been in finance industry for a long time. And one of the things with my clients, I have to take a lot of tests. I'll have a lot of knowledge about what to do with money, compound interest, different stocks, different things called annuities, different investment vehicles to help make and generate more money or maybe more income streams and different things like that. And so I'm presenting things to my clients, a lot of knowledge, a lot of things like, oh, hey, Mr. Johnson, here's what you can do with $100,000 and make different steps and things along the way to grow it. Here's the thing. I had like $5 in my bank account. I'm a financial advisor. I have knowledge. I have everything I need at my fingertips to be just like my clients. But did I grow my own money? No. Oh, my family needs a car. Instead of paying cash for a car, we got a loan payment for around $480, $500 a month. And then, oh, my family needs this. We'll put it on the credit card. Oh, we're doing this and that. And before you know it, my debt's piling up. My bills are piling up. And I'm just happy to make a commission. Okay. The whole, oh, I can be a financial advisor and even in my own life, look at my money grow and prosper and save for retirement. That is all out the window because of the choices that I'm making in my personal life. I didn't take the knowledge that I learned from finance, the things that I'm passing on to my clients, and apply it to my life. And so because of that, myself and my family suffered financially. So if you take knowledge only and you don't do anything with it, it's kind of like, a politician that says, oh, I know there's an issue, but then doesn't apply any wisdom on how to solve it. And it's the same thing that happened to me where I know things, but I didn't solve and help my family. And so because of that, I hurt them. And my family got behind financially and got into a hole because I wouldn't follow knowledge and turn it into wisdom. And it's the same thing with Proverbs. So wherever you find yourself at in life, it could be that you're, addicted to drugs, you're struggling with maybe a relationship, or you're hurt and you're lonely. Maybe there's, things on the internet that you shouldn't be looking at. The whole thing with just temptation that just takes over. That's all you think about. And you end up, oh, where am I at in life? And how come life is just spinning you by? My friend, you only have one life. This is it. So what are you doing following yourself? Why are you letting life slip through your fingers and not live this abundant, full life that Jesus says he offers you. What what are you afraid that's going to happen? All I could think about for a long time was serving myself. Yes, I love God. Yes, I love Jesus. But ultimately, if it meant sacrificing for me, not so much. And over time, pretty much my finances or my wants and my needs, it was about me, to be honest. And if would have just turned to the Lord and sought him and seek him and sought him and seek him and dive in, and he would reveal himself to me, because it says, if you seek me, you'll find me. For a long time, I didn't do that. And now that I have, it's been a huge change in my life. Financially, I'm stable. Relationship stability and peace. And then, of course, my peace with God as I keep seeking and trying to live with understanding and wisdom and have that guide my life and my choices. What an amazing difference it's made. So let's start deep diving into chapter 2. And I want to start this off with a story. Imagine there's a young guy, let's call him Alex, and he's a high school junior. He's on a summer road trip with his buddies. They're driving through unfamiliar town, and late at night, their GPS suddenly loses connection. It's happened to all of us, right? And so they're unsure of where to go, and they find themselves at a crossroads. One direction is going to lead dark, winding through a forest. It's really dark. While the other path, it's well lit with streetlights, and they can see far down the road. And Alex feels something deep down inside. He has an urge to take the well-lit path. But one of his friends insists that the dark road is a shortcut, even though really none of them know for sure. And so Alex has a choice to make. Does he listen to his instincts based on his understanding of safety, or does he follow his friend's advice, even though it feels kind of risky? And this situation, my friend, this really reflects about what chapter 2 talks about in Proverbs, the importance of seeking and following wisdom, of choosing the right path, even when others might tell you differently. And so this chapter is an invitation to pursue wisdom with all sorts of passion. In verse 4, it says, if you seek it like silver and search for it as if for hidden treasures, you're going to understand the fear of the Lord, and you're going to find the knowledge of God. And yeah, wisdom is like a hidden treasure. It's not found on the surface. You really have to dig for it. You got to put in effort. And sometimes you have to make tough choices to find it. So imagine how Alex felt in that car, uncertain, with no GPS, having to decide which way to go. In this life, you're going to face similar crossroads, my friend. And Proverbs is like a GPS for your life. It guides you on where to go and which roads to avoid. It really does. This world might define wisdom in many different ways, like intelligence, being clever, or maybe even knowing the latest trends. But Proverbs 2:6 tells us that the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. True wisdom comes from God, and it's about aligning our choices with his guidance and his truth. And verse 9 then says, then you will understand what is right and just and fair in every good path. My friend, wisdom helps you understand what's right. It will teach you not just to know things, but to discern and make good choices. For Alex, continuing down the well-lit road or not might not be a big decision in the moment, but every choice we make shapes who we are and who we become. So Proverbs 2 goes on to say in verse 12 that wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse. You're going to encounter people, ideas, and pressures in life that can lead you down dangerous paths. These paths might seem harmless or even exciting at first. And, maybe it's going along with friends who are making poor choices, or it's ignoring advice because it's not cool. But wisdom protects you by helping you see the dangers before you get too close to them. Watch out. It's always saying, watch out. And this protection isn't just for avoiding bad choices, but also for making good ones. Verse 20 says, "Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous." Wisdom not only protects you, but also keeps you on a path that leads to life, growth, and blessings. Just like your GPS map, you follow the road. You might ask if wisdom is, if it's so valuable, how do we find it, Phil? Let's go back to verse 4. "Seek it like silver and search for it like a hidden treasure." Seeking wisdom requires an active choice. It means praying, reading God's word, and surrounding yourself with people who encourage you in your faith. Maybe even keep listening to this channel. James 1:5 also reassures us, saying, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." Isn't it awesome? God's not hiding wisdom from you. He wants to give it to you, but you have to seek it. So when you face tough decisions, big or small, ask God for wisdom. Pray and seek his guidance and trust that he will direct your path. Living a wise life, it also means being willing to walk away from things that could harm you or others. Proverbs 2:16 says, "Don't be led astray with temptation, saying wisdom will save you from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman with her seductive words." And let's put that in today's terms. This verse reminds us that temptation can come in many forms, not just with women, and it can often look attractive. It might not be a person. It could be something that promises satisfaction, but leads you away from God's path. And wisdom will warn. In 1 Corinthians 10:13, we read that no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. So wisdom will help you recognize these temptations for what they are. And it gives you the strength to say no and to steer down the road. And as we go back to Alex in the car, remember, let's rewind, that every decision you make matters. You're not just choosing a path for today, but setting a direction for your future, my friend. And so Proverbs reminds us that wisdom is a powerful guide. It keeps us safe, helps us make good choices, and leads us to a life of blessing. So choose to seek wisdom as you would treasure, and trust that God will lead you to the right path, even when it's tough. So my friend, as you think about the decisions you face each day, remember the truth today of Proverbs chapter 2, starting in 10 and 11. "For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you." Are you hearing this? Let this be a reminder that God's wisdom is always available to you. Seek it, trust it, and let it guide your life. God has great things for you. He wants you to walk in the light, make wise choices, and live with courage. Choose wisdom. You'll never regret it. As I end today, how many times do we have to keep making the same choices over and over again and expect different results? If we would just simply listen to wisdom and pause and seek God. As a disciple, for Jesus and following him with his word, start with Proverbs. You can't go wrong. And you're going to end up then choosing a life you don't have to escape from. Thanks for listening. Man, it's good stuff. Tune in next time for Proverbs chapter 3. And if there's anything that you find that you're struggling with or you have questions on as we're going through this, put something in the comments below. Jordan and I would love to engage with you and help you along your path. Thanks for listening, and choose life, my friends.